Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ellie, and bienvenidos to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the no preparations tag. I was tagged by Abby and Becca. I will go ahead and put their channel links down below. Thank you girls so much for tagging me. It's exactly what it sounds like. You are not prepared. You go on YouTube, you type in original book tag in the search bar, you filter it through the date. So the newest uploaded tag is the one that you're gonna do. You can't watch the video, you can't get any context on it, so all you can do is check for the questions and that's the tag. Go to YouTube, original book tag. Recent one that comes up is EMMABOOKS and her Lil Peep book tag. Confession time, I have no idea who Lil Peep is. I'm that old fogey. I have no idea who that is. There's 9 questions. Let's get into this. So the first question she asked is life. A book character that reflects either your life experiences or shares your outlook on life. So for this, I have Julia from I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. And she shares a lot of my life experiences as she grows up in a very Mexican household and she wants to become a writer and her parents don't really want her to do that. They want her to be something better. They want her to have something that'll be sustainable for her, to become a nurse, to become a doctor, something like that. And she has an older sibling who was the perfect daughter in their parents' eyes. And she was never enough. And I can relate to that a lot because I am the 7th child, so I come from a very big family. I was the baby. My parents would also drill into me that you have to get straight A's. I want you to become a nurse. I want you to become a doctor. I want you to become something that will leave you a future, as opposed to me who at the time wanted to become a graphic designer. I just wanted to be something where I could let out my creativity. In this book, she was written very immaturely, and I can say that when I was her age, I was extremely immature and made a lot of very questionable decisions. Question 2, star shopping. A hyped book that actually deserved the hype. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book was magical in a way that I can't even properly form words for. I felt everything with this book, and this is not a genre that I usually gravitate towards for being historical fiction, literary fiction. It was everything that I would ever hope for from a novel. It brought out so many emotions in me. I was frustrated, I was sad, I was heartbroken. I felt betrayal by Evelyn, by what she'd done, how she went about getting her message across. It's about Evelyn Hugo and how she gets this reporter to do a memoir of her life. And the story is told by present day, her talking to this journalist, and then also by her 7 husbands. And the big question that was on everyone's mind was, who was Evelyn's one true love? We end up finding out who it was, and it was magnificent and heartbreaking and everything that I would ever want from a book. This was extremely hyped, and it deserves the hype. Question number 3. Haunt You, a book you could not stop thinking about after you finished. So for this, I chose The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. After I finished this, I seriously could not stop thinking about it. This is a YA thriller about our main character, Monica, and how she essentially just wants to find out what happened to her older sister who died in a very mysterious string of cheerleader deaths, and her sister committed suicide. So Monica is convinced that there was foul play with her sister. And as she starts digging, she ends up finding that things aren't exactly what they seem in this town, and whoever is responsible might be closer to her than she thinks. I love giving YA thrillers chances, and this one was such a pleasant surprise for me. The plot twist I didn't see at all, and I like the fact that there was so many red herrings that took you to different places. I could not stop thinking about how good of a YA thriller this was. Question number 4, Beat It. Unhaul a book right now. If you can't, don't want to unhaul, what book would you unhaul? Or what is one time you were glad to return a book to the library? This one hurts me a little bit because I had such high expectations for this book. It sounded fantastic and it let me down so bad. Baby Teeth by Zoe Stage. This is about a couple, Suzette and Alex, who have a young 9-year-old daughter named Hannah. Hannah seems to be the hell spawn and only directs her hatred towards her mother. She has a very strong and complicated electric complex because she is in love with her father. Her father can do no wrong, but she is out to get her mother any chance that she gets. We see the inner happenings of this family, how they interact. It is creepy how Hannah goes through such lengths to try and kill her mother. However, I hated Suzette, I hated Alex, and I did not like Hannah at all. Not because she was made to be the villain, I just didn't like the way that they were written. Suzette was incredibly whiny, was incredibly pathetic. Alex was not there. I just feel like the character development in this was lacking really badly, and the plot was average. I was just extremely disappointed with this book. I don't want this in my collection because every time I look at it, I just get frustrated because I wanted this to be so good and it could have been so good, but it wasn't. Question 5. Glassy, a literary relationship you really admire. For this, I am going to choose this book for 2 reasons. Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. One, because I love the pairing of these 2 writers. That's a literary pairing that I absolutely love. And second, because I love Katie and Ezra. Their relationship is intense. Actually, I love all of the pairings in Illuminae, Gemina, and Obsidio, but the one that started it all is Katie and Ezra, and I love how they both support each other throughout the entire series. I love how Ezra and Katie don't lose faith in each other, that they put so much support into each other and so much courage into each other to try and survive what is happening in outer space in their ships. So I love the authors and I love the character pairings in this entire series. Next, question 6, Crybaby, a book that comes with an anecdote about why you cried. What? I'm a bit confused on this one, especially since I can't watch her answer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go with my first instinct. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I was so invested into Rufus and Mateo, and I already knew. You can tell by the title. You know what's gonna happen to them. I thought I was ready for that moment, but the way that Adam Silvera wrote it and the way that it happened, I was in shambles. The fact that I got to read in detail how they both, how it happened, how the hearts got shattered, they were ripped apart. He couldn't just say it like Mateo and Rufus died. He had to go into detail on how they both died, and it was tragic. My heart was broken into pieces and I was a wreck. So I was sitting on my couch reading the story. That damn incident happened and I burst into tears. Brandon looked at me and the first thing out of his mouth was, "It's just a book. Why is it making you cry?" And I swear I almost threw the book at him, but I didn't. Question number 7, Hellboy, a book that introduced you to a new genre you now love. So my answer for this will be no surprise to anyone. Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. This book has made me fall in love with fantasy, with epic fantasies. I love going into worlds where there's a lot of world building, where it's nothing like our world. There are mages, there are gods, there's magic. Oh, this is a fantastic book. If I can only tell you how much I love this book, I don't think you guys understand. This book is about Yumeko and Tatsumi, who are both from 2 different sides of the world. Yumeko is part fox. Tatsumi is, for a lack of a better word, a ninja for the Shadow Clan, who want these pieces of scroll that make up the Scroll of 1,000 Prayers, which when all the pieces are collected together and you have the full scroll, it summons up a dragon god who will grant you any wish that you desire. And Yumeko has a part of the scroll because of where she was raised with monks who were protecting it. After her village is attacked by demons and burned to the ground, it is now her duty to protect the scroll at all costs. Yumeko and Tatsumi end up meeting up and end up agreeing to help each other out so that way he can get what he wants and she can get what she wants. However, she keeps a secret from him, not telling him that she has a piece of scroll that he is looking for, and also that she has fox powers. They end up on this journey, they meet new friends, and it is just fantastical. I can't wait to get into more fantastical worlds and see what their magical systems are all about, and I have this book to thank for that. Question number 8. The Bright Side. A book that others hate, but you love enough to push past the negativity. I don't think I have a book where it's extremely hated, but I do have this duology, which is extremely mixed reviews, but I really like it. The Daughter of the Pirate King and The Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. This is about Alosa, and she is the daughter of the Pirate King, and how she infiltrates an enemy ship and pretends to be their captive while she goes in search for what she's really after, which is a map that her father needs. For some reason, this is a very polarizing duology. You either really like Alosa or you just don't care for her. I like Alosa, but I will say I didn't like her as much in The Daughter of the Siren Queen, but I loved her in The Daughter of the Pirate King. I like her and her relationship with Riss. I like her attitude and how she's very ballsy and very, I'm not gonna take crap from anybody attitude. So I really like this duology. I really like Alosa, and I really did like Riss. I still think it's a very entertaining series. Lastly, question number 9. Sex with My Ex. An author you didn't like but decided to give a second chance. This might surprise y'all because it surprised me. Thankfully, I gave her a second chance because she came through. Ruth Ware. It's not that I don't like Ruth Ware's writing. I just didn't like the way that she wrote The Woman in Cabin 10. I thought that book had a lot of potential until we got to the plot twist, and then it just went downhill from there, and I literally fought so hard to finish that book. I almost didn't give her a second chance. I decided to pick this one up, which is The Death of Mrs. Westaway, and I'm so glad that I did because this was so good. This was so much better than The Woman in Cabin 10. The character development in this was so strong. We're following Hal, who is a tarot card reader. That is how she makes her money. She is dirt poor, and she gets a letter in the mail from someone she doesn't recognize telling her that her grandmother has left her a substantial fortune. She doesn't believe this because she has no living relatives now. She thinks this was a mistake, but decides because of her dire straits, she decides that one of her talents is to con people, and she's going to use her conning abilities on whoever sent her this letter since she needs the money. It all snowballs from there, and what a ride. The plot was slow burning, but I didn't mind that because when you get to the plot twist and you get to the meat of this book, I could not put it down. I was so surprised. I just thought that this was so well written. I could literally envision this book as a movie. This was such an incredible story. I love the plot twist. I love what happens at the end, and the fact that it keeps you at the edge of your seat the entire time because you don't know what's gonna happen. I'm glad I gave her a second chance because this really redeemed her for me. That was my No Preparations book tag, and effectively my Lil Peep book tag by EMMABOOKS. So I will leave her original video down below and her channel down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tag, And wow, it was extremely fun for me to do. So thank you Abby and Becca for tagging me on this, and thank you Emma for creating this tag for me to do. If any of you guys want to do it, I tag you to do it. Honestly, I have no idea who's done this, so that's why I'm not tagging anybody. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this tag. I enjoyed doing it. It was really fun and very stress-inducing because I had no context to these questions. I'm gonna go ahead and put questions down below for you guys if you guys want to do this tag, or if you want to answer these questions in the comments below, go for it. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button, and the notification bell will let you know when I do upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys are having a great day, night, wherever you are. And as always, I wish you nothing but happiness and great health, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!